Hey everybody, Steve Brzezinski, good day. One thing I just want to touch on right now, because I hear this almost every class I'm fortunate to teach. It's about generational issues. And not a class goes by as we talk about leadership, we talk about just the fire service, we just talk about today's modern world and the challenges of the world, especially the fire service. There's always somebody that raises their hand and will be the first to say, these kids today, or whatever, something along those lines. And it's usually someone that's obviously the age of a parent or maybe even a great grandparent, meaning they're old enough to have kids or grandkids or sometimes older. And all I want to say is that I love it when I hear that, not because I like people making fun of people, but it's a great discussion point. And when I say great discussion point, because I'll be the first to say it, it's like, okay, you're thinking these kids today. Well, first of all, if you're saying these damn kids today or whatever derogatory, condescending term you want to use, flip the tables around, because I bet you they're saying the same thing about you, old person. I mean, I'm old, I can say that, I guess. But if they're saying, excuse me, if you're saying these damn kids today, they're probably going, okay, these old farts are out of touch. They can't connect with us and blah, blah, blah. That is not leadership. It's not a generational issue. Because I bet you if you talk to your parents, your grandparents, if they're still alive, I mean, hopefully they're still alive. If they're not, sorry to hear that. But if you talk to people that have been on this earth a long time, I bet you they're going to be saying the same things they're saying today. These damn kids today. And that's what they heard, obviously, way back when. So it's not like it's something new. And I fast forward the clock to, I don't know, 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now, your kids, your grandkids, great grandkids are probably going to be hearing the same things. These damn kids today. It's always something different. I mean, obviously, technology was not around 50 years ago when I was growing up. What's it going to be 50 years from now? I don't know. It's always going to be something. But instead of being that person that is, I guess, sucked into the groupthink mentality of these damn kids today, how about taking a time out and realizing that that is not leadership. Leadership is about transcending generations, about transcending differences. Leadership is about rising above, not putting down. If, quote, these damn kids say, and I don't mean that in a derogatory manner, like I mentioned, but it just came to mind. Instead of saying that and complaining about something that they're doing or not doing that you think they should be doing based on what your background is, your experience is. I mean, obviously, we all have different backgrounds. Do something about it. Educate, train, not in a condescending way, obviously, not in a demeaning way, but extend the olive branch. That's one of the things about the late Alan V. Bernasini, God rest his soul. Man passed away when he was 80 years old, very legendary chief officer, retired chief of Phoenix Fire. Here was a guy that I think he was about 80 when he passed away. And you'd see him at conferences, you'd see him at, classes or whatever else. And it wouldn't be uncommon for him to have like a little core group of people that are maybe on a break time or at lunchtime or even after or before class that he's chatting with. And that's not uncommon. But he's got people, you could see people from like 16, 17 years old all the way up to his age, 80, if not older, multiple generations, people that could be maybe his grandkids' age or great grandkids' age. He's having a conversation with, and the smart ones are soaking up the mentorship, and they're soaking up the knowledge and experience that he's sharing with them over the years. And to him, it's not an age thing. It never was an age thing. He was just a leadership thing. So my whole point is, as tempting as it can be sometimes to point fingers at generations, Generation Z, X, Y, millennials, insert generational name here. Realize there'll always be different generations and names. But what needs to say the same for all of us, and I've been guilty of this too, is recognizing that our job is not to point fingers or complain about stuff. It's about to do shit. So if we recognize there's challenges, let's do something about it and bridge those gaps and be that approachable human being, especially if you're in a fire officer position. Now, it's one thing if you're not a fire officer, but even then, if you're a senior firefighter, who's got 30 years on the job, 20 years on the job, 40 years on the job, instead of pointing the fingers at what maybe they don't know, how about exposing them and sharing your knowledge and experience? And if you are obviously a fire officer, doing your part to not trying to create boundaries or create walls or moats, bridge that shit and make the difference of being that leader that recognizes that, hey, you know what? Not everyone knows what you may know. So guess what? Share that knowledge, be that wealth of information that you can pass on that knowledge, and hope they do the same. Unfortunately, though, it's easier just to point fingers and be part of the problem when you're in fact part of the solution. So it is not an age thing. It's not a generation thing. It's a leadership thing, and we all have our part in making sure that we don't get stuck into that mode. So that's all I got today. Hopefully that's, I don't know, inspiring, motivating, or something else. So until next time, have an awesome day. On my website, code3firetraining.com, code3firetraining.com has my contact information on it and a free stuff link with lots of great resources. So take care, everybody. Have a great day, and hope to see you soon somewhere out there. Rock concert, FDIC coming up this April, somewhere to class, somewhere to ball game, all good stuff. All right. Have a great one, everyone. Take care.